Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Steph here. So, retirement. So I'm hearing more and more and more where many baby boomers are in big trouble in terms of retirement. They haven't saved enough and they're entering their older years where they can't work as much. They may have a hard time finding jobs and they have no savings. And I think even more importantly, they have no financial competency. One of the biggest problems that we have in our culture, at least in the West, is that people are generally speaking, they're financially illiterate. We have not been taught how money works, how to manage money, and more importantly, we haven't been trained psychologically to work with our money in a smart way. One of the reasons I was able to retire quite young is because I built up that psychology, that right mindset, so that I would manage my money effectively. So being wise with your finances is not technically very difficult, really. It's much more of a psychological thing. It's much more of a mindset thing, so that you don't spend money as it comes in. You learn to place it and invest it properly. And you just got to change the way your emotional relationship, rather, to money. That's what you got to do. So what I'm going to do, if you're older, I'm going to give you a few shortcuts to get yourself financially stable in a good position. And there's going to be one suggestion in there that nobody ever talks about. It's going to probably surprise you if I even mention it in this video, but nobody talks about it enough. It's so important. To me, it's the most important thing. And if you are younger watching this, the earlier you know this stuff, the better off you're going to be. And so I was able to hit my retirement around 30, 32 years old. I forget, it's been so long now. And I didn't do it because I got super lucky and I fell ass backwards into a ton of cash. I didn't do it because I was like so many of the bro influencers out there who make their money just selling courses on how to sell courses. It's real businesses. I've had different types of businesses and different verticals. Anyway, so I'm going to just teach you some of the basic rules that if you follow these rules, you'll be way ahead of where you are now just within 9 months. So number one, you have to skill up. You can't go into the market hustling with $2 skills. You have to improve your skills. You have to become more and more valuable. Now, what I did in the 90s was get into software development and web development. That was super hot. It's still pretty hot today, but it's not what it was. And I'm not necessarily saying you do that now. Actually, development is huge still now, and I think it's the way to go, but not what I did. The type of development I did that made me good money is not the same thing I would suggest today. So today, what I would say, web stack. Number two, just know your way around it. Then I would get into AI-related based development, whether you're building agents, building custom GPTs, augmenting traditional development via AI-assisted coding. I actually think in terms of software, this is the best time in history for people who want to get into that game, but it's just a new type of development. So you skill up, and the next thing you got to do is you got to become disciplined and aware of how you are spending your money. You have to not let lifestyle creep destroy your future and put you in a continuous state of stress. So how do you become de-stressed? First thing, you take out a spreadsheet, Google Docs, whatever it is, and you start writing down all your expenses, from the coffees you get, your telephone bills, car bills, whatever it is. You have to assess where you are. You need that baseline. Then from there, you got to start eliminating and cutting unnecessary debt. An easy one is just getting rid of credit card debt and the interest you're paying on a credit card. Credit cards should only be transactional tools. What does that mean? That means that I use credit cards all the time, but at the end of the month, I pay off 100% of the credit card. I have an old expression, if you don't have the cash to buy it, you can't afford to buy it. So when you buy something on your credit card, just be sure you have the cash now to pay for it and completely. You don't want to pay interest on your credit card debt. That's huge. That sucks away so much money from people. Then you need your FU stash. That's the next thing. You got to have savings so you don't have to worry about paying your bills. Ultimately, you want to have about 6 months to a year. But you want to get at least that first 3 months of FU money saved up so you can sleep much better at night. It's really good for the psychology. I'm going to keep this video short. The thing that people don't talk about enough is investing in your health. You got to invest, of course, invest in broadly diversified portfolios, mostly stocks and bonds, but you got to invest in your health. I'm at an age now where I'm starting to see people in my age group, those who invested in their health when they were younger are now reaping the rewards. Those who did not invest in their health are now suffering the consequences of this, of smoking and drinking and not exercising and eating bad food. You got to get yourself in health. One of the greatest investments you can have is to become healthy, is to invest in your health, get in shape, get your body fat percentage into the teens, start eating low natural foods, low carb diets, protein, start building muscle, start exercising every day. Not heavy exercise, but this is so huge. Your quality of life will shoot up like you've never seen before. Your energy levels, your cognitive capabilities, every aspect of your existence will improve tremendously by getting in shape. I consider this so important that I always tell people that I'd rather be healthy and poor than rich and sick. Now, of course, we want to be rich and healthy. That's the ultimate goal. But being rich doesn't mean having $100 million in the bank or even $10 million in the bank. Being rich is being very healthy, having enough cash in the bank so you don't have to worry about bills for years, having a job, profession, career, a business that's super fun for you. That's another thing you should do. Choose your jobs, choose your businesses, choose the skills, not for money. Don't chase money, chase fun. Now, you have to balance it with probability that you're going to make money, right? You may like, drawing pictures of superhero characters or something, but there's probably not going to be too much money in that. So you got to find something that's fun for you and something that's also can make you money. For me, I've done many different things. So right now, one of the things I do now is I do YouTube videos. This is a hobby. I enjoy shooting videos. I enjoy doing the cameras. So I'm doing big brand deals with some of the biggest brands in the world, like PayPal and Wix and Docker and so forth. So it's fun for me, but I still do other things as well. Anyway, there you go. Don't neglect your health. Don't neglect financial awareness. These are all very important things. So if you're in a bad situation, you're 50, 60, 70, first thing you got to do is look at your health. Second thing you got to do is look at your expenses. And next thing you got to do is you got to start raising your skill set if you don't have the skill sets that are valuable. You could find yourself, even let's say you're 50 years old and you have zero right now. With some work within 4 or 5 years, you could find yourself ahead of most people in their 50s in terms of financial health and overall quality of life. It's not unattainable. You don't have to be super lucky. You just got to be strategic and approach it consistently. All right, I'm Uncle Steph. I teach people the ways of software development. You may want to check out my Fit Over 50 program, which is a psychology-based, AI-assisted health program that I use to lose about 60 pounds since my heaviest weight. And it's actually pretty easy once you retrain your brain. The whole key is retraining the brain. If you want to learn software business from me, everything I teach, by the way, is from decades of personal experience. So links below.